Can I have your attention, please? And I think I already have your attention since I've had a chance to chat with you a little bit. And it looks like I'm going to get my exercise today with you guys over here and this group over here, but that's okay because exercise is good. Good morning, my name is Mr. Langerman, and I am so excited to be here at Monessen Elementary School today. And we are going to have a lot of fun, but at the same time, we're going to talk about something very important. So just like you have certain rules in your regular classroom, we have to have one rule today. That being, if you want to add to our discussion, I just ask that you please raise your hand so we're not all talking at the same time. I have a question to get started this morning. And I'd like everyone to answer this. How is everyone feeling? If you're feeling good today, raise your hand. And that's what I like to see. Thank you very much. You can put your hands down because when you're feeling good, that means you're healthy. And when you're healthy, you can do lots of fun things, like go to school every day, play with your friends, do cool things at home, and that's what we're going to discuss today, how we can stay healthy. And that's part of my job that I do. As you know, in this world that we live in, we all have different jobs to do. Your job is to come to school every day and hopefully learn as much as possible. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my job in a couple seconds, but let's take a look now at some other jobs that people do. Who can tell me, by raising their hand, what the teacher's job is here at Monessen Elementary? Let's go over here. What do your teachers do in school? They learn, actually they help you learn. What else do the teachers do? They teach you all kinds of fun things that help you learn and continue to grow. Very good. Thanks for those descriptions. Okay, your turn over here now. What do the Monessen firemen do for their job? I never want to forget about the people in the back, so let's go over here. What do the firemen do? You want to think about it? What do the firemen do? They drain water sometimes. What else do they do? You want to tell us? They help keep the world safe. Thank you for sharing that with us. Sometimes, if a building or a house is on fire, they have to really be brave and go inside the building, make sure everybody gets out safe, and then put the fire out. Okay, another job, and then we're going to talk about Mr. Langerman's job. Does anyone here know what Ben Roethlisberger's job is? Let's see, one at a time here. What does Ben do for his job? Do you know? He plays football. Who in this group can tell me what team he plays for? What team? Do you know? What team?
The Steelers.
The Steelers, that's right. And we've been lucky because he's a really good football player. All right, let's talk about my job. And I bet you there's not one student here who can guess what my job is. And it is different. I'm going to start over here. What is Mr. Langerman's job? Do you know? What is it? I keep people safe. That would be one of my responsibilities, but it's not my official job title. Does anyone else know, or they want to take a guess, what Mr. Langerman does? What do I do for my job? I'm not a teacher and I'm not a fireman. Why don't you think about it? We'll come back. Let's go over here. Let's get two guesses. What does Mr. Langerman do? Do you know? Well, you're really thinking about it. Okay, it's not that hard. Okay, one last guess. And I told you, my job is so different that it's kind of tricky to figure out. What does Mr. Langerman do for his job? All right, you think about it too. I'm going to tell you what I do. I am, everybody watch the screen, the soap man. Really? Have you ever heard of anyone being a soap man for their job before? And since I'm the soap man, I go around to a lot of different schools, just like Monessen Elementary, to make sure that all the kids are trying to be staying healthy and also washing their hands. Who can tell me by raising their hand why it's so important that we wash our hands all the time? Why do we have to wash our hands? Thank you. She said that we have to wash our hands because of these nasty, filthy little guys that we call germs. They look like bugs, and that's really what they look like. And sometimes germs can be everywhere in our school building. Sometimes they can be in our classrooms, they can be on our school buses, they can be in the office, they can be in the cafeteria, but you could never see germs because they are so tiny. The only way you could see them would be with a microscope. Now, germs do a lot of the same things that we do. Germs eat food, just like you guys do. And guess what? Germs like the same kind of food that you enjoy. They love to eat hamburgers and hot dogs and pizza, but germs will eat anything. And I mean anything. Germs also like to eat dirty toilet water and throw up. I know, you believe that? And guess what? Germs go to the bathroom too. But there's one thing that we can all do in this room, but germs cannot do. Who can tell me by raising their hand the one thing that those bugs cannot do? Do you know? What is it that germs can't do? Anybody else? What is it they can't do? Okay, let me go on the other side to see if they know. Does anyone here know what they can't do? What is it they can't do? They can do a lot of the same things. All right, one more guess, or we're going to have a good guess. What is it that germs can't do that you can do? Okay, you're still thinking about it? Anybody else? All right, you're going to be the last one. Wash their hands? They can. Germs actually wash. They do it differently than how we do it, but they can do it. The one thing they cannot do is walk or run on their own. So they depend on you to give them a free ride anywhere they want to go. And you're not aware of it, but you're helping them out. Sometimes you take the germs from the bathroom back to your classroom. Sometimes you take them from the cafeteria to the office. And that's how they get all around Monessen Elementary. Because when you touch something, germs can get on your hands. And now we start to have a problem. Now I have kids your age ask me all the time. They say, come on, Mr. Langerman, what do germs really look like? I'm going to show you right now. This is what the sore throat germ looks like. That's what the sore throat germ. And when this guy, or this germ, sneaks into your throat, that's when you end up with that burning feeling and your throat hurts because the sore throat germ got in your body. This is what the stomachache germ looks like. And we know when he sneaks into our tummy, then we have a tummy ache, just because he was able to find his way into your body. Now remember, they can't walk or run, germs. The only way they can really make you sick is when they get to your face. And they get there when you touch your face. So try not to touch your face too much unless you know your hands are clean. Because once the germs get to your face, they can sneak inside your body by going through your mouth, your nose, or your eyes. And once they're inside your body, unfortunately, this is what happens. You can end up like that little girl, and you can tell she's not feeling very good right now. And she's not able to do all those fun things that we like to do. So I have a question. That little girl forgot to do something, and that's why she ended up sick. Who can tell me the one thing she didn't do? Of course, she did not wash her hands, and that's why she ended up sick. Hand washing is the most important thing you can do to stop from getting sick. And with that in mind, starting today, we're going to have a new club here at Monessen Elementary. And it's going to be called our Germ Busters Club. You've heard of Ghostbusters. Today, we're all going to become Germ Busters. And that means that we're going to be getting rid of germs. Now, to make sure that you're excited about this and enthusiastic, I'm going to need two helpers to come up with Mr. Langerman, one from this group and one from this group. Now, wait a second. Before you volunteer, I'm going to have to tell you what I'm going to be doing. It has to be someone who can talk loud and clear, someone who can jump up and down, and somebody who has a little rhythm and can dance too. So who can do that on this side of the room? Okay, your hand went up right away. Why don't you come up here with me, up right here. Can you stand right here? Stand right here, I'll be right back. Who on this side wants to be our Germ Buster helper? Let's see. Why don't you come on up right here? Now, they know your name, but I don't. Can you tell me your name?
Harper.
We have Harper, and what is your name? Okay, that's okay. You can tell us a little bit later on. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to ask you. You're going to face them, and you're going to face them. When I ask you the name of our new club, you're going to yell out, real loud, Germ Busters, jump up and down, and dance around. Can you do that? Okay, let's try it. Why don't you look at your friends over there? Why don't you look at your friends? Can you both tell me the name of our new club here at Monessen Elementary? What is it? Now you said you could jump up and down and dance. You want somebody to help you? Okay, who wants to help Harper here? Why don't you come on up? All right, what is your name? What is it? Marco. You can dance and jump and yell? Okay, Marco, they're counting on you now. And I want you guys to follow Marco. What is the name of our new club here at school? Okay, you have to, okay, we're getting there. But you have to jump up and down and dance around, okay? So get ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What's the name of our... Jump up and down. Can you dance with him? Dance around a little bit. All right, very good. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. You can sit down. Thank you for coming up. You were good too. You can sit down now, okay? Let's talk about the times during the school day we always have to wash our hands. So who can tell me, by raising their hand, one time, there's lots of times, during the school day that we should always wash. Can you tell us one time? You're not sure? Okay, let's get some help for you. That's okay. What's the time you want to wash? Thank you. After lunch, especially if your hands are sticky, probably more important than after lunch is before lunch, because think about it. Let's say we're having hot dogs for lunch. If you have germs on your hands, when you go to put the hot dog in your mouth, the germs from your hands will get on the hot dog goes inside your mouth, and then you can get sick. So you never want to eat before you wash your hands. All right, over here, is there another time that we always have to wash our hands? Can you tell us one? You will get sick if you don't wash. When's the time that you always wash during the school day? Okay, before lunch and breakfast. How about the bathroom or the restroom? You never want to leave the restroom without washing your hands. And here's my time to talk about some people that I work very closely with. And I'm referring to the Monessen elementary janitors. Actually, they like to be called custodians. And you're not aware of this, but every night when you're home in bed, sleeping, they're in your classrooms and the bathrooms all night long, cleaning and making sure that you come back to a healthy building. But sometimes those germs can hide in the bathroom, and like underneath the sink or underneath the toilet. If you ever leave the bathroom without washing your hands, you can take the germs everywhere else in your school building, and then you could get sick. Another time you want to wash is if you ever cough or sneeze into your hand. You want to wash. Well, you know that is not the correct way to cough or sneeze. You should never cough or sneeze into your hand because those germs can start to spread. You always want to cough or sneeze into your arm or your elbow, your shirt. That way the germs are not spreading. Also, if your hands are dirty, like after recess, dirt and germs are cousins. If you have dirt on your hands, in a couple seconds you're going to have germs. At home, we love our pets, our cats, and our dogs. So, by the way, that's the soap man's dog. That is Taffy, and we love Taffy, but whenever we're done playing with her or petting her, we always wash our hands because sometimes animals can have germs. All right, now it's time for my favorite part of our get-together. We're going to talk about the proper way to wash our hands. But for this part, I'm going to need 3 more helpers. So let's go over here first. Why don't you come on up? I'm going to come on up with me. Let's see here. Why don't you come on up right here? Yep. Come with Mr. Langerman. Stand right here. You can wait for me. You can stand with her. Let's get somebody from this side of the room, too. Okay. Why don't you come on up, okay? Now, you know their names, but I don't. So let's find out. What is your name? Want to look at the camera, too, so they can see you at home also. So I'll stand over here so you can kind of look at the camera. What is your name? Jillian? Okay, we have Jillian. And what is your name? Elijah. And? Gramir. Okay, I have a question for them. Jillian, when was the last time you washed your hands? Okay, before dinner last night? Was that the last time? Okay, that was a little while ago, but we'll see how many germs you have on your hands. And Elijah, when was the last time you washed? Okay, when you went to the bathroom not too long ago. What was your name again? Ramir. When was the last time you washed?
When I go to school and I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands.
Okay, what I'm going to do now I'm going to see how many germs they have on their hands. So Jillian, can you put your hands up high and show your classmates? Can you show them also? And why don't you show them over there? I'm going to take a look to see if I can spot any of those little bugs on their hands. Let me see there and here. Uh-oh, Elijah, is that the stomachache germ between the fingers there? No, it's kind of hard to tell. Let me see, Jillian. Show them, though. Do you see any germs on Jillian's hands? It's hard to tell. I can't really tell because those bugs are so little, but I brought with me today my special germ cream. This is the same stuff the scientists and the microbiologists use when they're studying and trying to learn more about germs. So I'm going to put a squirt on Jillian's hand here. I want you to rub that around all over, both sides of your hands, knuckles all over, okay? I want you to do the same thing, Elijah. Okay, over here, take a squirt of this, please. Okay, rub it around all over, both sides. Now, this will help me see if they have any germs on their hands. All gone? Okay, put your hands up high again. Show them over there, Ramir. Jillian, let me see. Was that the cold germ? Uh-oh. No, it doesn't look like it, but it's hard to tell. Let me see there, Elijah. And Ramir. You know what? I still can't see. But since I'm the soap man, I brought with me today my special germ machine. And now there's going to be no hiding the germs. So I'm going to ask everybody to come over here, please. Ramir, can you stand right here? Elijah, Jillian, I want you to come with me to the germ machine. Elijah, can you go stand over here? And I'm going to turn the germ machine on. Turn it on over here. You put your hands in the germ machine. Everybody watch the screen. Put it all the way under. Wow, look how quickly the germs got on her hands. And well, she said she hadn't washed in a while. So what we're going to do now, Jillian, you're going to go with one of your teachers, and they're going to take you to the closest wash area, and you're going to wash really good and try to get rid of those germs, okay? So who's going to take Jillian? Okay, can you follow one of your teachers? All right, Elijah, your turn. Up to the germ machine. Put your hands underneath, right in the center, both hands. Put them all the way underneath. Okay, not too bad. A little bit on the knuckles there. Can you turn your hands over for us? No, turn them over and put them in the germ. Oh, look at that. See, what happens when you touch things, germs can get on your hands. If you touch your face, you could get sick. Not all germs are bad germs. There are some good germs, but bad germs can make us sick. So can you go to the closest wash area also? You go with one of your teachers. All right, Ramir, it is your turn. Put both hands underneath, put them all over. Look at that. Let me see the other hand too. Yeah, knuckles. All right, can you go to the closest wash area and then come back and then wash? While they're doing that, let's talk about the proper way to wash. Washing your hands is like anything else. It takes practice, like playing a sport or learning in class. First of all, the temperature of the water doesn't really matter. You can wash with cold. Always put the cold water on first and then the hot water so it feels good. You have to use soap. You cannot wash your hands without soap because the germs hide underneath the dirt. If you don't use soap, you're not going to find the germs. Now here's the part that kids your age have to practice. We have to rub our hands together with soap and water and count to at least 10. We have to count to 10. So we're going to do that right now. Let's everybody start rubbing your hands together. Let me hear you counting. Let me hear you. Okay, can anybody do that in Spanish? No? Okay, maybe. When you're rubbing your hands together, I'm going to tell you where the germs hide. You have to rub your knuckles. Can I see everybody rub their knuckles? Everybody. In between your fingers. Let me see everybody rub in between your fingers. And your fingernails. They're always going to try to hide there. And the new thing with washing is what we call the fingernail shuffle. So the last thing you want to do with your fingernails on one hand, rub the other hand. Can I see everybody do that? And you can dance when you do that too to make sure you're doing the fingernail shuffle. Why don't you come up and show us the fingernail shuffle dance? Want to come on up? You were good here. Come on up. Okay, what is your name? Can you show the camera how you do the fingernail shuffle? Rub them and dance around at the same time. All right, give her a round of applause. That's great. You can sit down now. All right, Jillian. Let's see if you got rid of the germs. Put your hands underneath. Wow, look at that. How much better. Maybe one. Remember the knuckles. She didn't hear the knuckle part, but the next time you wash, if you rub the knuckles really good, you'll get rid of those. But for your age, that is a great job of washing. Can we give Jillian a round of applause? Thank you, Jillian. You can sit down now. All right, Elijah. Let's see how Elijah did. Looking good on that side. But, we're going to have to spend a little bit more practice. As you can tell, you've got to really work at it. So the next time you want to make sure that you count to 10 really good. But please give Elijah a round of applause. You can sit down. And there, you're up next. Looking, you had a couple little spots in the palm there. That looks really good. Give Ramir a round of applause. Well, I want to thank you for being a great group today. And I also want to send out thanks to our students at home who are also watching us today and will be watching us. And they also know how important hand washing is. And if we continue to wash our hands all the time and wash properly, we'll have healthy hands, which means we'll have healthy kids here at Monessen Elementary. Please give yourself a round of applause for being a great group. Thanks to the teachers for their help, and keep scrubbing, and hopefully I'll see you next year. Thanks again, everybody.